Hey, we're back. My name's Jay Gordon. Welcome to MongoDB World. And once again, we are talking to partners, we're talking to developers, we're talking to people who are building and doing awesome things with MongoDB. And right now I got Matt. He's from Chef Software, and if you don't know what Chef is, you're probably doing something wrong with DevOps.
That's a bold statement, Jay,
okay.
But I'll take it. I'll take it.
No, I mean, there's a lot of great offerings, but you got a great one.
Yeah, we've, Chef has been part of the DevOps space for a long time. When we think about, we kind of cut our teeth with what we used to call configuration management, but much rather refer to now as infrastructure as code.
Yes.
Really, it's about treating anything as code. Like, I love everything as code. Everything should be code in my mind, and that's a big way we think at Chef. So first of all, just to kind of think about it, like, what does it mean to treat something as code?
Sure.
Right? It means that it's versionable. It means that it's testable and hopefully tested, right? And also that it's abstractable, right?
Sure.
That's what code is, right? So
being modular is so important nowadays.
Yeah. And so if we treat our infrastructure that way, why can't we treat other things that way? Why can't we treat maybe our compliance or our security?
Sure.
And so that's when we think about things like InSpec, which is a testing framework we have, which is thinking about being able to take like whether it's your formal or informal compliance regime, and being able to test for that in a codified way. And actually, specifically around Mongo, we have an InSpec profile that pretty much goes and we take all the best practices that MongoDB says the way that things should be configured, and this InSpec profile will check your machines, your nodes, and say, is this right? Or whether they're containers, whether they're VMs, or they're physical, doesn't matter.
Yeah, testing, I think, while we all talk about how test-driven development is important, I've spent my hours cutting my teeth on RSpec and having making sure my cookbooks look right and it's both linted properly and that the code actually works. So I think one of the great things about like MongoDB, Chef, and all these other big pieces of software, they're portions of a lot of companies' DevOps story. Yeah. And it's really cool to have Chef here along with us because you know that you end up becoming potentially having people who want to use both and want to ask the questions, how am I going to do this with Ops Manager and Chef? Yep. So it's really great. MongoDB World, we bring people like yourself here. How's been the experience, like just meeting people and who are interested in both Chef and Mongo?
It's been really interesting, and I think for me especially just kind of seeing the different kinds of folks who are here and what their approach is, and usually because the first question when you're anybody that's working a booth, even if you have name recognition or whatever, unless you're basically probably IBM or Microsoft.
Sure.
When someone, a lot of times the first question out of someone's mouth is, "What's Chef?"
Yeah.
Or we like to say,
"What's MongoDB?"
Yeah.
I get you.
You see the person's approaching the booth, and you're like, I can see the "What's Chef?" question in your eyes. So we have some of that. Also, apparently there was a tool I'm unfamiliar with, but I don't know if that was one of your tools or in the marketplace called Mongo Chef.
Oh, somebody else, but
that's actually caused a little bit of confusion over the last day or so.
I'm sure.
But what's been really interesting is to see when folks talk about the need to scale Mongo. Again, this is when you talk about treating your infrastructure as code, this is the thing that lets you have predictability to be able to say, you know what, I need to knock out like 50 more nodes right now and get them up and make sure everything's cool and consistent. And obviously consistency across your infrastructure matters a ton. So we've seen folks, it really depends on where you're at in your automation journey and the conversation we've been having, because we have 3 open source offerings that we've been talking about.
Sure.
We have Chef, which is like kind of our flagship offering, which is that infrastructure as code.
Sure, kind of like how we have MongoDB community. Yeah. Right out the door, like everybody can download it, same thing with Chef.
And that's the thing we've been doing since, we renamed the company after it, so clearly it's important to us.
Hey, we did the same. Yeah. We were 10gen, now we're MongoDB. Yep. You were, what was the ops code that became Chef?
At least your Googling didn't get harder with the name change, right?
True. The IO at the end makes it. So anyway, just to kind of wrap up, but I really appreciate your time here and everybody that's kind of been able to come and sit with me. I like to give them a little something. So a little something to say thank you. So we got these silly fidget spinners here at MongoDB World. I want to give you one of these. And
thank you.
A Stitch t-shirt. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
So thanks for your time. And if you haven't already, go check out Chef. It's one of the most incredible ways to deploy software quickly, repeatably, and you know what? It works great with MongoDB. So we'll see you again in a little while. We're going to have more interviews with more amazing people. We'll see you here